Well, welcome back, Air Gunners. This is Zach from the Shooter Zone, where we are always staying on target. Alright, so I'm back with the Brocock Sniper XR Magnum. Brought this to you the other day and kind of went over some of the basics of it. This is the Magnum 25 caliber. Just so you know, we're starting off here. And what we're going to do today is this. I just wanted to run through the power settings because it has 4 adjustments on power settings, and we're going to put a couple pellets through each, and we're going to see what the power increase is through each setting. So obviously we're going to start off at the lowest setting and work our way up to the highest, and we're going to see how that affects the FPS on this. We're using rifle round ammunition, 25 caliber, 26.38 grain. So keep that in mind. Let's load one in, and again we're going to start off at the lowest power setting. At 656 feet per second. Let's put another one through. .658. Now, going to move the adjuster up 1 power level. And again, that has to be done before you cock it. I made a mistake the other day when I did the first video, and it really messed with the FPS more than it should have. So you have to change the adjuster setting and then cock it. .811 feet per second. So that's a pretty substantial increase in power. .819. Increase it 1 more step. .913. Let's put another one through at that same level. .913. Oh, see, now I didn't change the level before I cocked it, so we're gonna have to shoot this one at the same power level. Let's increase it 1 more step. .938. Put a second one through at that power level. .932. And that goes through all the steps of the power setting. So we're looking at .932 at the highest power setting. And again, 26 grain pellets. The regulator is set at, just so you know, of course I don't have my glasses with me, it looks like 170 bar is what it's set at, 170 bar. So, you know, you still have some good ways to go as far as the power if you're shooting some heavier slugs, but I think with this particular grain of pellet in a 25-26 range, shooting at 930 feet per second, obviously that's plenty of power at that grain. So I would say you could even go up a little bit higher than that in grain weight and still keep right at the 900 or high 8s, which is, again, is fantastic. That's the high power. Again, the high power is, I think, significantly more power than the non-high power. So keep that in mind. When I look at the base power of the non-high power rifles, what I find is they're just kind of at the border of really where I want to be as far as maximum power or maximum FPS. And so it's one of those things. Do you get the non-HP one, and then, you know, you're not quite as fast on FPS as you want to be? Or do you get the high power one and then have the ability to adjust down from there on the power setting? I think that that's the best way to go, so that's what I did. And again, just depending on what you want to do, I guess, but my suggestion is the HP is really, for me, my preference, and that's what I go to. All right, so what else about this? Again, the other day I had actually cocked it first before I changed the power setting, and I think it added probably an additional 20 FPS to that because I did it the wrong way. So again, keep that in mind. You want to change the power setting before you actually cock it. That's the proper way to do it. And if you don't do it that way like I did, then, you know, the numbers will come out all kind of goofy from there. As far as shot count on this, you know, it gets a decent amount of shots through it. Again, I think I started just over 200 bar when I filled it, and we're at about 180 bar right there. So, you know, again, that's yeah, if I can get 15 shots, you know, I'm happy with 15 shots. 15 to 20, I'm happy with that. Again, when you're looking at higher power rifles, I mean, you're not going to get the 50 and 60 shots out of it. I think that's just the case. Again, and it has so much to do with where you have your regulator set and everything else. But the reality is if you're running some higher FPE out of your rifle, you're just not going to get those higher quantity shots, which is why they put the obviously the power adjuster on there. You want to get down into the 600 feet per second range, yeah, you're gonna get quite a few more shots with that. But if you like keeping it up on the high power side, which is what I like to do, then the expectation is you're just not going to get that high amount of shots. And for me, that's perfectly fine. I'd rather be shooting at higher FPS and get a lower quantity of shots. That's just me personally. Again, I'm in no rush. I typically use a single shot tray because, again, from my high power rifle days, I just took my time. You know, I'm not in any rush to put 5-shot groups up there. That's just the reality. You know, back in those days, I was, I'd put maybe 10, 15 shots through it on 3 different targets, 5-shot groups, and then I'd have to wait 15 or 20 minutes for the range to go cold so I can go down there and change it while everybody else is, blasting away. That's, to me, it's fun sometimes, but really it's a waste when you're trying to put nice tight groups down range. All right, so that as far as what I wanted to cover today, I think we covered. From there, again, we're probably going to have a third one on this. I still need to run some slugs through this and see what the slugs do. And so that'll be the next video. But again, if you haven't seen the first video, check that out. I'll try to put a link down below. And then you could watch this one. And then when I have the third one, I'll put the links for that as well with the slugs. All right. Well, if you haven't liked this page, please click below and like the page. If you haven't liked us on Facebook, go to the Shooter's Zone on Facebook, like that page as well. And again, shoot lots, be safe, and we'll see you again soon. Take care now.